you can take a dismissal and get out of your bankruptcy. Now that's very rare that you would take a dismissal in a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. And actually in a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, it's much more difficult to take a dismissal. But most of the time this question's asked in the arena of if you're in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, which is a repayment plan. Yes, you can take a dismissal. You have a right to take a dismissal from a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. However, you need to be aware of a few important things. If you've committed fraud, and then you try to take a dismissal, and the courts know of that, then they can say, we're not going to grant you this dismissal. We're going to try to convert you over from a Chapter 13 bankruptcy to a Chapter 7. That is extremely rare, and hopefully you're not committing fraud and you don't have to worry about that. More commonly, we find that people are saying, look, I can't make the Chapter 13 plan payment. Can I just take a dismissal? The answer is yes, you can. But if you take that dismissal, here's what's going to happen. All that debt that you owed prior to filing the bankruptcy, you owe it all again. Plus late fees, plus penalties, plus interest. And so what you owed a long time ago before you filed the bankruptcy, that amount will only have likely gone up. Because while you're within the bankruptcy, they can't tack on those late fees and penalties, but after you take a dismissal, they can come after you for all of that again. Instead of taking a dismissal, there are times where a dismissal makes sense. But usually, instead of taking a dismissal, you should talk with your attorney and say, can I file a motion to modify my Chapter 13 plan payment? Is there a way to reduce down my plan payment? Or maybe it makes more sense for you, can I convert from my Chapter 13 bankruptcy to my Chapter 7 bankruptcy? That also may be an option for you depending upon your situation. However, just because payments are difficult, just because you're having a tough time each month making those payments, we see it all the time, we get it. Don't go through and just automatically take a dismissal, because there could be lots of negative consequences to doing that. Instead, consult closely with your Chapter 13 bankruptcy attorney, and a good attorney is going to walk you through the different options that you've got, including motions to modify, motions for moratoriums of payments, a conversion from a Chapter 13 to a Chapter 7. And they may say you don't have any of those options. The only option you have is to take a dismissal, and that may make sense for you. But just be aware that any old debt, you're going to owe that plus all those additional fees that have occurred. If you have questions, don't hesitate to let us know. And again, my name is Damon Duncan. I'm a bankruptcy attorney here at Duncan Law.